All right. Welcome to another episode of the Video Learning Diary. Mobile Learning Video Diary. I haven't done one for a few weeks, mainly because of the pressure of work. Round about this time of semester, lots of assignments come in, there's lots of marking, so that's my excuse. Anyway, today I've got a colleague with me, Jeff, and we're going to talk about Jeff's use of an app called Panopto in one of his sessions. So Jeff, thanks very much for coming along and being interviewed. Tell us first a bit about the module that you run, that you were using Panopto for.
It's called Advanced Animation Techniques, and it's essentially using motion capture and also some keyframing to adjust that.
Okay, so motion capture, this involves someone wearing a latex suit with the golf balls on it, a bit like Andy Serkis in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, lycra.
Yeah. What did I say?
Latex.
Latex. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Something. Synthetic fibers.
Synthetic fibers. Okay.
And no, you've got the right thing. It's the things on your DVD extras.
Right. Okay. So you had an assignment where the students were meant to be wearing this suit and then capturing the motion in some particular tool.
Right. About halfway through the module, I demonstrate to them the motion capture system.
Yeah.
And have them look at that and understand how it works, so they can go off and do their own capture for the coursework.
Oh, okay. So you put the suit on and then sort of
show.
I was going to say sort of act like Gollum, but I'm sure you don't do that.
Some people do. The temptation's there.
Okay. So you were using Panopto for this particular session. What was the aim there? Why did you want to do that?
Well, every year I do it roughly the same, and I find that typically it's me demonstrating the system in a fairly small room to about 40 students. Right. And the motion capture being what it is, they're generally lined up around the walls so they don't get captured.
Right.
And it's a bit of a kind of like monolithic sort of technique to show the system off. So I wanted to get them involved doing the capture themselves, and also to record it in a different way.
Okay, so what features of Panopto were you using? I know you, before we started the video, you were talking about webcasting. Can you explain how the webcast was helping with the session?
Well, yes, you can use Panopto to record lectures, the screen, the webcam, the audio, and you also have the option to send those streams over the internet,
right.
So that anyone with the link that's provided can open it up in a web browser and see the session live.
All right. What do you actually need to do the webcast? I know you need to have Panopto running on your iPad. Do you need anything else to do the webcasting?
Well, you can have it running on the iPad. In this case, I had it running on the actual motion capture PC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Although people can view it on their iPad, or you could run a Panopto webcast from your iPad.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So people outside the room could sort of watch what was going on inside the room.
Yes.
Right. Okay. How did you control who could actually view the webcasts?
Well, essentially anyone with the link can do it, but it's confined to within the university, the Panopto system.
Ah, okay. So we're behind the university firewall.
That's right.
Right.
That's
okay.
Right, yeah.
And you also said that you had a kind of a two-way text chat also running via Panopto alongside the webcast. What was the aim of that?
Well, it's something they provide as part of the interface, and
right.
You can have questions or comments. And I think it's quite nice in the fact that if you're in the web browser, you can just type something in, and the person who is doing the webcast themselves can answer back. You could potentially request someone to do a movement.
All right. Okay. And did anyone make any use of making use of that feature?
Well, there were 4 comments on the day, but they're all by me to test out the system.
All right. Okay. Okay. This sounds a really useful thing. Did you get any feedback from the students afterwards?
Well, I think they were interested in the fact that something different was tried and the process, and they do like having the Panopto lectures recorded. And I did have a flurry of interest of people to actually capture in the room the next week.
Right.
And whenever I went in to see them, they were actually playing back the webcast to see how it was done. So they're using it as reference.
Right. Okay. Okay. Just one last thing about sort of data protection. Obviously, you're broadcasting images of students. How big an issue was data protection before you got everything set up?
Well, I did have a discussion with the data protection department in the university.
Right.
And they do have a mature system in place for using Panopto.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the signs within some classrooms that recording may be taking place.
Right.
Lecturers are told to make this clear to students beforehand and ask them to have a discussion with them if they're uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
And there's also a release form. So on the day, I would ask the students if they're comfortable to sign the form.
Okay.
If not, I can make other arrangements for them.
Okay. Oh, great. All right. That's about it. I hope that's been useful, and thank you very much for watching.